universiti kat Harvard lah.
Harvard, okay,
Harvard lah, kat universiti dia tu.
kat
Kat
Harvard.
ketunaan dia.
Suka slang awak tu. Okay.
Tahu pula yang benda tu.
Boom gitu. Tadi saya nampak Hazel. Mana Hazel? Hazel?
Jadi semua orang pun nak guna. Jadi nak mudah tu.
Okay, thank you Afan. Sekejap, saya nak tengok Hazel pula. Hazel?
Yes,
Do you mind to share?
I just know his story is about he actually studying in the Harvard College or University, and then at the meantime, he discovered these things and then start with the friend, and then he straight away quit the university to start the business.
He discovered. So how basically he's made this discovery? Do you know that?
Don't know.
Okay guys, okay, for those yang memang you don't have time to actually read a book, I know you're very busy kan semua, so why not try to find a movie called The Social Network? It's very interesting, even though at some part it's very slow story plot, but it's showing to you the history of Facebook. Okay, when you watch the movie, interestingly, it started with a scene at a bar. Okay, dekat bar, Mark Zuckerberg basically being dumped by his girlfriend. Faham eh? So apa yang, kalau you kena dump, kalau your girlfriend ditch you, so what basically you're feeling? You ada girlfriend tak, Christopher? You have girlfriend, Christopher? Oh yes, you're very sincere. Dia ada girlfriend guys, he's taken. Okay, don't disturb don't disturb Christopher girls. Okay, so basically, so he's actually being dumped, he's broken up with his girlfriend. He's felt so frustrated during that time. So what he did, he actually want to take a revenge. Misalnya, okay, what he did, he come out with an application called Fast Mesh. Okay, yeah, what you guys told just now is very true. At the Harvard University, so basically dia pun buat satu portal, if I'm not mistaken, nama dia Fast Mesh. Okay, so basically apa yang dia buat dalam Fast Mesh ni, he try to actually upload the picture of Harvard girls, and then the boys or the people going to rate how attractive the girl is, something like that. Okay, so it's happened to be that kind of thing boom at Harvard, and up to the extent where the servers at Harvard couldn't cope with that. And then macam dia jadi glamour. Okay, so he became the limelight of other people at Harvard University. And then lepas daripada itu, you know what? Okay, a twin, we call it Winklevoss twin, approached him, whereby he said that you have the talent, why not we cooperate? Why not we collaborate? Okay, so he actually, the twin invited Mark Zuckerberg, okay, to collaborate, whereby they actually give the idea they want to make this kind of social networking site. Okay, networking site at Harvard. Okay, and you know what? Mark basically stole the idea from the twin. This is actually based on true story. Having said that, Facebook is actually based on a stolen idea. Okay, later you actually can simply find the case whereby the twin sue Mark Zuckerberg, and then they actually make out of court settlement. Adalah some amount of money being paid. You got it? Okay, I think there should be a big amount of money, okay, paid by Mark Zuckerberg to this twin. Okay, so Mark basically dumped these twins. Okay, he actually invited few of his friends, okay, to join his new startup lah, his new business, a new business idea. So they combine, one of them basically Eduardo Severins, because in the there are three co-founders, but I just mentioned Eduardo Severins because during this kind of movie, he highlighted, okay, the movie highlighted the conflict between Eduardo and Mark, okay, especially when it comes to the number of shares. You got it? When people actually, what we call it, go into business and business is booming, and then Mark decided to dilute, that means reduce the number of equity by Eduardo. Okay, So this is actually where sometimes it's not, actually I want to recap, it's not really good for you to make a business with your with your friend, because sometimes it becomes sour. Similarly, okay, if you actually read a book about Steve Jobs, whereby Steve Jobs, again, not from Apple Corporation alone, okay, I think I have mentioned before, Apple basically Steve Jobs formed Apple Corporation together with a computer genius called Steve Wozniak. Okay, you boleh Google lah. And then you boleh tengok movie dia juga, whereby Steve Wozniak eventually not in a good term. They used to be close friends, but suddenly because of the business, so their relationship becomes sour. So this is actually something that you need to be prepared in a business. Okay, so I hope that later you actually can watch the movie kalau ada masa. Okay, sometimes bukannya apa, I actually encourage you to watch the movie simply because sometimes it's easier for you to understand rather than read a book. Nanti you baca 5 muka surat, you tidur. So it's better for you to spend your time watching the movie or drama lah. Okay, so lepas vision baru kita come out dengan mission statement. That's actually quite normal. Saya rasa benda ni I don't want to actually explain further because I believe during management class it has been explained. In an organization, you actually have a vision and mission, betul? Even kalau you dekat actually in a society, in the organization, you join JKM, so on and so forth, you still actually need to have your vision and mission. Okay, so this is one of the possible element of a mission statement, the core values, the product maybe you're going to highlight. Okay, the market industry, maybe in the mission you're going to say that you want to what we call it, control 50%, you want to control 30% of the market share in the industry. Okay, okay, so just move forward to value proposition. So value proposition define the company to the customers. That means when people seeing your company, what are the value that be offered to respected customers? Okay, so you must understand when we actually looking in terms of the business model, so the heart of the business model basically the value proposition. Okay, okay, what benefit obtained by the customers. When customers look at you, they actually will take it as the image of the company, something like that. Okay, and then this is actually few elements when we actually want to develop our value proposition. So this is actually we look in terms of 5 values. Maybe you're going to highlight in terms of the performance, quality, features, brand, selection. So you try to highlight. Okay, the second one, price, fair, visible, consistent, reasonable. Okay, as simple as when AirAsia, they actually want to create this kind of image. What basically the tagline of AirAsia, guys? What is the tagline of AirAsia?
Everyone can fly.
Yes, everyone can fly. So that's actually showing that in terms of price, they offer at affordable value, even not all the times. Asia ni murah. Okay, ada juga sometimes it's actually much more expensive than other airlines lah. Okay, okay, access. You are talking in terms of convenience. Okay, talking in terms of location, easy to find. Okay, maybe when you actually create an ads, okay, you want to talk in terms of the accessibility, okay? Because nowadays, I think everything could be simply done through apps. Am I right? Betul tak? Guys? Betul tak?
Yes.
Semua boleh buat dengan apps.
Betul.
Okay? Okay, so for example, saya suka bagi contoh macam, okay, I just wondering, when was the last time you using e-wallet? Siapa sini memang pakai e-wallet? When we talk about the adoption of mobile wallet, siapa sini pakai e-wallet, selalu pakai mobile wallet? When you go outside, when you go to buy any grocery, you pakai e-wallet. Ada tak? Yo? Feedback please. Okay, siapa sini pakai Boost? You know Boost? B-O-O-S-T and
Tahu tapi tak pakai.
Ada doktor masa kerajaan bagi tu je.
lepas tu dah tak ada dah. Siapa sini aktif Boost? Saya nak tahu. You know Boost? Boost is actually a company under Celcom Axiata. Boost. Siapa sini pakai boost? Boost,
Tak
guys.
pakai.
Grepe.
Ha? Okay, siapa yang pakai dan masih aktif? Siapa yang ada dalam dia punya apps dia ada boost sekarang? Ada tak, guys?
Saya.
Siapa yang ada? Siapa yang ada tu? Christopher. Alah. Christopher, are you in Indonesia? Okay, I want to try. Okay, Christopher. Would you give... Okay, wait for a moment. Saya dah lupa dah. Okay, bagi saya, okay. Dah, nak kena upgrade pula. Okay, I cannot actually use my boost right now. They said I need to upgrade. Saya dah upgrade. What happened to this one? Verified. Okay lah, siapa pakai Touch and Go? Touch and Go wallet. Ada tak yang pakai? Hazel, okay Hazel, saya nak cuba lah ni, sekejap. Apalah yang berlaku bila kita nak cuba je tak jadi. Oh, sekarang ni semua kena complete profile. Wait bagi saya. Okay, we take a break. 2 minit. Something wrong with my
Racist.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, baru I solved this problem. Hazel, would you actually mind to share your contact number? Your phone number?
Share to you.
Yup.
016
Mm-hmm.
271
271
8419.
at 8419.
19, yes.
I repeat, 271 8419.
Yes.
Eng Kah Wai, your name.
Yeah,
I give you the reward 5 ringgit. Okay. I want
Really?
to test. Where are you right now?
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Touch and Go e-wallet.
Sorry. Where are you?
Huh?
Where's your
In the
current
house.
location? Yeah, where's your house?
KL.
Have you
Tepong
received
KL.
Have you received the 5 ringgits?
You give to Touch and Go.
Yeah, Touch and Go.
Yeah, I receive.
Yes, I want to show to you how fast can I simply transfer money.
Try my number.
Try your number. Oh, just now. You keep silent and now you said try your number. Okay, later. Saya generous sekali saja. Saya jadi pemurah once only. Okay. So Hazel,
Thank you.
guys, could you
Yes.
see how fast I actually could transfer money to Hazel? So simply she can buy ice cream after this. Okay. After this you go to the shop and then beli ice cream Hazel, nanti tunjuk kat kelas. Boleh?
Thank you, doctor.
Okay, you beli ice cream, you ambil gambar, you tunjuk dalam WhatsApp. Okay, nasib baik tak tekan yes. Okay, so this is actually to show to you how efficient the technology right now. Okay, so it's totally changed the way we live. Am I right? Okay, so GrabPay, Anissa pakai GrabPay. Saya tengok kalau GrabPay saya ada duit, saya bagi Anissa RM5. Tengok kalau ada duit lah. Saya bukan ada duit banyak pun. Sebab saya never transfer money through GrabPay. How to transfer money through GrabPay Send. Apa nombor telefon awak, Anissa? Saya try cepat, Anissa. Anissa? Buka kamera dulu. Nak bagi kena buka kamera dulu.
Doktor tak payah doktor.
Cepatlah.
019
Oh, saya tapi cakap. 019
789
789.
0645.
Okay. Boleh saya bagi RM5?
Boleh.
Sekejap Test. Dan. Oh, dia lain sikit features dia. Check sekarang.
Sekejap ya.
Kat GrabPay lah, takkan buat check kat tempat lain pula. Check kat GrabPay. Dapat tak?
Thank you doktor.
Okay guys, okay. So make sure you buy something, okay. Maybe you can try go to any shop that can accept GrabPay. Beli aiskrim, nanti tunjuk dalam WhatsApp group. Boleh Hazel and Anissa? Beli aiskrim after this and tunjuk dalam group. Tak kisahlah you beli aiskrim ke, you want to buy any junk food, it's okay as long as you use that money and show it to the class. Okay, so the thing like this guy, I actually want to highlight, okay, one of the features of this kind of mobile wallet, basically accessibility. And you as a techno management student, please immerse yourself with the adoption of technology. I actually need to admit, the technology advancement is very fast nowadays. Even myself, I cannot simply embrace it. But sometimes we need to actually push ourselves to use it in order to familiarize. Like myself, saya dah jarang actually bawa cash. Most of the time, I actually will be using PayWave. You know PayWave? Okay, I'm simply using PayWave instead of bringing cash. Okay, maybe in the future, I do not need to bring card. I can simply bring my phone. Betul? Because your phone can become what we call it your identity, your wallet, so on and so forth. You got it? Okay? Okay, but what is actually the weakness of using mobile phone? Habis battery. Okay? When you're out of battery, how basically you do the transaction? So that's actually the disadvantage of using phone lah. Okay? Okay guys, so here, yes, when we talk about location, at hand, easy to find. So this is actually we're talking in terms of accessibility. Okay, similarly, for example, when you're using this kind of app, there should be some kind of value you offer to the customers. Service, ordering, delivery, return, checkout. So this is another aspect. Okay, and nowadays some of the hotel, not all lah, so many of hotel basically doing like what we call it online check-in, or perhaps they actually provide you with a kiosk. You can simply check in by using that kiosk rather than you need to go to the reception and then make the check-in process. Similarly like check-out. So that means the process getting much more easier. Okay. Okay, and then experience, when we talk about emotional, when we talk about respect, when we talk about ambience, most probably when we try to relate the enjoyment, this is what we call as perceived enjoyment of using technology. Some people, they're quite what we call it open to this kind of new technology. Whatever technology available, they wanted to try because they know that this is actually can create some kind of enjoy experience. Okay, so make sure you know what are the values. Later, or this is already week 3 guys. Okay, sebab apa week 3 ni kejap lagi by tomorrow we're going to finalize. You're going to start basically pitch the idea, have the idea about what you want to do for the project. Okay, okay, next I want to focus on unique selling proposition. Okay, when we actually discussing unique selling proposition, we refer to the short version of firm value proposition. What you good at? Okay, as simple as the example right here, Intel offers a product as the primary value and service as the secondary value. Okay, so that means the focus on value. But as simple as Intel has a USP, the best product with great service. That's actually an example. That means people could simply look at your USP, they know this is the value offered to them. Macam everyone can fly. It's very simple. Okay? Honda, apa Honda punya tagline guys? Guys, Honda, the power of dream. Okay? So there should be some kind of what we call it USP. So people start to think, oh, yeah, might be true. Okay. What else? McDonald. What is actually the tagline of McDonald? Anyone knows? Ke bila saya sebut McDonald semua lapar?
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Yes, Atika. You memang suka makan McDonald kan? Okay. Okay, next. So this is actually the element for the business model, but I'm not using BMC for now. I just actually explain the element of business model based on the book. Okay. So one of the things that very important for us to think about is who is our customers? Who are our customers? Okay, that's actually the first place because the customers is the one that going to buy, to subscribe, to use our product or services. Okay, is our offering relevant to these customers? That means you should really know how to identify your customers. Okay, sometimes the business fail not because they don't actually have a good product, but they actually catering to different segment of customers. They wrongly serve to the targeted customers. You got it? Okay. So for example, you need to know if your customers basically students, basically the value would be different. Okay, contoh, if you actually want to operate a cafe at UTM, apa value yang student tengok? What basically the value that normally student want to look at? When they go to the cafe, dia tengok 3 benda, sedap, murah, banyak. Betul tak? Sedap, delicious, murah, affordable, or perhaps cheap, and banyak. Itu yang student wants. They couldn't actually simply, provide food with high price. But yeah, sometimes some students, this is in IPTA lah, especially. I mean, in UTM particularly. But maybe if you go to other university, for example, if you go to Sunway University, it might be different because maybe some of the students they're actually looking for what we call it good cafe with the great ambience. Okay, for example, have anyone of you here visited Sunway University at Sunway City? Pernah pergi tak? Okay, you jangan, bila you pergi sana, please don't compare UTM and Sunway University. It's totally different ambience. You masuk di Sunway, tingkat atas dia, you masuk entrance Sunway, tingkat atas dia ada apa? Starbucks. You faham tak? And cafe dia sangat colourful. Okay, similarly, I went to Thales University by the Lakeside View campus. Okay, dekat Thales University, Jeffrey Chua, yeah, correct. Okay, so basically I went to Thales. So similarly, you know what? At the campus, dia ada Starbucks, dia ada coffee bean, dia ada machine, kedai Apple ada dalam machine ke ni, dia ada dalam Thales. Could you imagine that? Kita ada tak kat UTM, kita cuma ada kedai komputer, benda tak namanya dekat Meranti. That's actually what we have. Okay, so having said that, maybe the different ambience, different background of the student mold the culture. You got it? Okay, and then value proposition saya dah terangkan tadi, and then differentiation and control. How do we protect our cash flow and relationship? Okay, do we have a sustainable competitive advantage? So this is where you need to relate with value proposition, and after that, maybe whatever that you offer to the customers might also be what is basically the differentiation and controls come into picture. What makes Toyota and Honda different? Apa yang you rasa different? What make Asia different than Malindo? You got it? Okay. So what makes Intel different than Microsoft company? There should be some differences. Am I right? Okay. So kalau saya tanya tadi lah, okay, back to the question. What makes UTM different than UTHM? Anyone want to answer that? Semua senyap. Nanti kalau if someone asks you, hey Hazel, hey Faiz, hey Atika, hey Faris Marijan, okay, Kenapa you pilih UTHM? Kenapa you pilih UTM? Kenapa tak pilih UTHM? So what would be your answer? Lee Yuman, why basically you choose UTM rather than UTHM? I want to get your answer. Semua jawab sekarang. Okay, semua. Saya nak semua jawab dalam komen, dalam chat. Okay, why basically you choose UTM rather than UTHM? Saya nak tahu. Wah, ranking lagi. Jawab, semua jawab. Baru 2 orang ni. Atika ranking. Dan awak tahu ke ranking UTM time tu? Lagi. The cost offered. Lagi. Pilihan ketujuh adalah UPU. Thank you for the sincere answer, Iqbal. Okay. Lee Yuman choose lain. Okay. Cost famous. Lagi. Environment. Okay. Other than that, senior saya suruh. Wah, awak ikut cakap senior je lah. Shikin Diana. Lain-lain. Nombor 1 social science in Malaysia. Dia baru je keluar ranking. Kena paksa ke? Nanti kita nak tahu. Arfan, kenapa awak cakap kena paksa? Dekat. Lagi. Semua jawab guys. Cepat. Saya nak tahu. Lee Yunman, you choose UPSI but the government send you here. Okay, Mariwa, it's in diploma di UTM. Okay, boleh stay sampai belajar lagi. Siapa lagi ni? Lagi, yang lain mana? Akmal cakap apa ni? Best, sebab best. How do you know it's actually best? Akmal? Kenapa awak rasa best UTM ni? Cikgu yang recommend. Hani, cikgu mana recommend tu? Okay. Kenapa cikgu awak recommend? There should be some value. We're talking in terms of differentiation right now. Tadi, Hani Osman. Hani, saya nak dengar jawapan awak. Bukalah voice awak tu. Hani, jawab.
Ya.
Kenapa cikgu awak recommend?
Saya pun tak tahu. Tapi dia alumni UTM.
Oh, sebab itulah OSIS kurang diverse, to be honest. Yes, student kacak dan student kacak. Kenapa student kacak awak nak datang sini? Confused. Okay, other than that. Okay, so yeah, I think some of you have the reason. Some of you basically, like you said, is actually the 7th choice. But again, don't worry. Okay, regardless whether your first choice, whether the course that you enroll for now, basically the first choice or not. But right now, it's actually the past is already over. You need to focus on the future. Okay, for the future lah. So that means what you need to do right now, develop yourself, develop your skill. Make sure once you graduate, you have the value that needed, wanted, demanded by the industry. That's actually the utmost goal that you need to set in your mind. Okay, I hope that even though I've just been teaching you for this semester, okay, I hope that you actually could do this through my class. Okay, sometimes I need to actually explain, I will give you like, nanti ada orang tanya saya assignment dulu buat group, you need to come up with the real apps. Okay, saya dah beritahu there are few things that you need to do. Okay, but really kalau dapat A, that's actually the thing that you may need to get. The scope of product and activities, what is the scope of product and activities, what activities we do which are outsourced, that means we should actually understand when we talk about the business model, like I mentioned just now, whether we actually want to, to do everything when it comes to the key activities or we want to outsource. Okay, having said that, when we talk about scope of product and activities, first of all, when you want to manage the operation of the company, okay, you need to know the value chain. Okay, that means you need to structure the key activities. A, B, C, and D. For example, as simple as if you want to bake a cake. Okay, you want to bake a cake. So what basically the first process that you would do? Siapa sini pandai buat cake? So if you want to bake a cake, what basically the thing that you want to do?
Ingredient.
Sorry? Yeah, you buy the ingredient first, correct. And after you buying the ingredient, what next?
Get the recipe.
Tengok recipe and what next?
Campur.
Campur. No, you cannot campur. You weighing first. Weighing the ingredient. Okay, you measure the quantity and then after that baru you campur. Am I right? Okay. Campur, that means you blend. Okay, you blend. And after that, what's next? You bake, correct? Using oven. Okay, after you bake, siap lah something you boleh jual dan makan. Okay, you pack. Yeah, if you want to sell, you need to pack. Okay, so that means there are few processes. Similarly, at any kind of production site, you must know what are the key activities. Okay, and then not all the activities you're going to do by yourself. Okay, for instance, any one of you here using iPhone 7 and below? Ada tak sini yang pakai iPhone? Okay. Takkan tak ada. Akmal tak ada. Akmal Azim, are you using iPhone?
Yes.
iPhone what? What series?
Yes.
Huh?
6S.
Okay, can you go back to can you look at the cover tu, kat belah belakang tu? You buka iPhone, belah belakang tu apa dia tulis? Baca kuat-kuat.
Tulis.
Okay, you take your phone Akmal, and then you tengok dekat belah belakang, okay, at the back of your phone, there is one statement. Dia tulis apa? Baca kuat-kuat.
Designed by Apple California.
Okay, habiskan.
Assembled in China.
Yes. Designed by Apple in California. That means it's designed by the Apple Corporation at its headquarters, HQ. Okay. But it's clearly mentioned, assembled in China. Okay. Assembled in China. Even a big company like Apple, not everything done by themselves. Okay. There are few activities, for example, when it comes to the assembly, it's not manufacture, and that's the difference. Manufacture and assembly different. Maybe some of the components basically outsourced to other countries. Even there was a rumor saying that some part of iPhone basically manufactured by a factory in Penang, Malaysia. You got it? And then they bring to China, and then they assemble it, and then it's under Apple product called iPhone. Okay, this is how it works. That when we talk about manufacturing. The second aspect, for example, when we talk another activities like distribution of Apple. Okay, so normally Apple ni how basically Apple product being distributed in Malaysia. Macam mana? Macam mana Apple product ni dijual dekat Malaysia, everyone? How? Akmal, yes. Akmal nak jawab lagi. Akmal?
Oh, saya lupa nak mute dah.
Sorry?
Saya lupa nak mute.
Jawablah. Saya dah tanya awak soalan ni. Jawab.
Distribute.
How
Yeah.
basically Apple product being distributed in Malaysia? Anyone have the answer? Siapa yang saya tak dengar suara hari ni lagi? Zanita Karunisa? Zanita? Hello Zanita, where are you?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, even though you are in Indonesia, do you know how basically Apple distribute its product?
From Singapore, doctor. I don't know.
You don't know? Wan Naziha, mana kamu?
Saya doktor.
Ya, mana muka awak? Saya dah lupa muka awak macam mana. Muka
Sekejap
Oi, semua kata dia kena prepare, dia kena panggil dia buka kamera. Apa yang boleh buka kamera. Okay. Okay. One. Dah.
Hello doktor.
Yes, saya.
Mungkin dia daripada Singapura, lepas tu dia launch, lepas tu baru dia masuk Malaysia. Itu pendapat saya lah.
Okay, let me paraphrase my question. Saya cerita segini lah. If you want to buy Apple product in Malaysia, where would you buy it?
Big City.
Huh?
Saya tak tahu.
Big
Okay.
City. Authorized outlet.
Apa? Siapa jawab tu? Akmal.
Saya. Assembly kat Big City lah tu.
ACT nama dia. Yes. Okay. Basically, Apple by right at certain countries they have their own retail outlet called Apple Store. Iqbal kena acung pula. Tak, saya nak terangkan dulu. Apple, there are two ways of distributing their product in Malaysia. No, not in Malaysia, all over the world. At certain countries like in Australia, in the UK, in Singapore, they have an outlet called Apple Store. It's very nice store. Whereby kalau you tengok Singapore, you boleh Google lepas ni Apple Store in Singapore. Ada satu Apple Store in Singapore, the design dia macam kat tepi tasik gitu. You got it? Okay? But in Malaysia, we don't have Apple Store, unfortunately. Tak ada. Okay? So what we have is like, we call it authorized seller. That means Apple have collaboration or networking with the local retailers, such as machines, switch, or even you said like kedai Chong. Maybe, I'm not pretty sure. Okay? But there is authorized seller that have a collaboration with Apple. You got it? Even when it comes to distribution of the product, Apple will do it by themselves. Okay, some of the product they're going to use their network. Faham eh? So scope of product, that means you should know what are the key activities and which activity that you will do by your own. That means you have the core advantage and which activities that you're going to outsource. Okay, you don't simply do it by your own. It's very difficult. That's why in doing a business, sometimes you should know which activities that you should outsource to others, and you can gain more basically. Okay, and then organizational design. What is the structure, organizational architecture of the firm? That means it's depending normally on the size. Some companies basically they are very lean or flat in terms of their organizational structure, especially among the small tech startup. Okay, but some is actually very hierarchical. That means very hierarchical. That means you need to follow a very rigid structure. Okay, for example, maybe if you go to certain company, they start to actually making this kind of like hot desk. Anyone can actually do the works. Have you ever heard? Let me share with you later lah nanti. A term called digital nomad. Saya ada cerita tak this kind of culture? Tak ada cerita Okay, nanti. I'm going to explain that later at one session, but please actually put in your diary pasal digital. Saya cerita lah sekarang. I cannot wait. Okay, digital nomad people. Digital nomad. What do you understand by digital nomad ni? Pernah dengar tak digital nomad? Nomadic way. Kalau kita cakap orang nomad ni buat macam mana? Anissa, yes, Anissa awak dah terbuka mic tu. Cuba jawab.
Berpindah randah.
Berpindah randah. Okay, previously we know that the term when we talk about nomadic people, they will actually live from one place to another place. They keep on going. Normally, especially if they're working as farmers during that time lah. This is based on traditional economic lifestyle. So basically, they will actually open up the farm. Bila tanah tu is not really subur, not really good, they will move to another location, the pindah randah. Okay, but this is actually I want to talking from the perspective of tech startup. Okay, because of the internet and digitalization, they created a new group of workforce or company or people called digital nomad. Okay, so what is digital nomad? Digital nomad is the person that normally coming from Western countries. They will live in developing countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and they will simply do their living and job here, and they will transfer from to another country after that, because the job that could be simply done basically through internet. You faham tak? Okay, for example, if they're working as programmer, website developers, graphic designer, okay, so copywriters, or they work as the content developer, as I said already, they're working as what video editing, for example. You got it? So those kind of things, or even translator, those kind of job, you can simply do it from Malaysia. Okay, and then you earn US dollar. Actually, this is actually quite norm. Kalau you actually Google, we call it freelancing. Okay, freelancing job. Okay, you can go to freelancer.com, you can go to apa nama, Upskill, you can go to Workana. There are few platforms. Basically, you could simply register and offer your skill, and you can make money from now. And you can simply get. So this is actually the group of people. For example, you boleh tengok ada satu documentary, very short one. Kalau saya share. Basically, they're sharing the story of digital nomad in Bali. Very interesting. Okay, so basically in Bali, they enjoy life and they work as well. Okay, for example, early in the morning, they will go to the beach, and after that they will go to cafe, which is designed for digital nomad people. They will do this kind of programming, so on and so forth. And after that, they will take a break. They go to massage. Okay, and after that, they take a break, and you know this kind of lifestyle. But they actually earn a lot of money, because, for example, if they can get like 5,000 US dollar, if we convert to Malaysia ringgit, that going to be about berapa? 20,000. You got it? Okay, so that means if you have like 20,000 in Malaysia, you might have a very decent life. You faham tak? Okay, and it's not really stressful, because with this kind of 5,000, if they live in the US or in the Western countries, they need to pay more, especially when it comes to accommodation, very expensive. Banyak developer, programmer ni basically work in Malaysia, work in Vietnam basically. They can, because they can afford the living. Okay, so next saya pergi laju je, value capture for profit. So how does the firm capture some of the total value per profit? That means this is where we're talking in terms of revenue stream. How basically the company making money, guys. When we're talking in terms of apps, so how apps making money, macam mana? Okay, for example, in tech-based industry, how Facebook making money? Hani Osman, how Facebook making money?
How?
Huh?
Bila orang guna Facebook.
Tak tepat, saya nak tepat. Memang semua orang guna Facebook, but how Facebook making money? Naufal, saya tak dengar lagi suara Naufal. Naufal, mana Naufal?
Ya dokter.
Mana kamu? Mana
From at.
No. Your face, I want to see your face.
Wait dokter.
Mana muka kamu Naufal?
Ya dokter.
Ya. Kamu di mana tu Naufal?
Di Indonesia dokter.
Ya, Indonesia tu besar, ada 7,000 island.
Jakarta.
Hah?
Jakarta dokter.
Jakarta, internet Jakarta laju. Buka kamera nanti. Okay. Naufal, so how does Facebook making money? What is actually the main revenue stream for Facebook?
From ads.
Yes, more than 95% of Facebook revenue coming from ads. Ads, advertisement. That's how Facebook making money. Okay, Naufal, wait. How basically Apple making money? Through what? Apa dia punya main revenue stream dia?
Apple.
Yeah, Apple. I'm asking about Apple. How Apple making money? What is the main revenue stream for Apple? From your understanding, from your point of view, what basically revenue stream for Apple?
From their apps, maybe?
No.
Like oh,
Okay, memang they have iCloud, they have kind of apps, girl apps, store, but revenue stream for Apple right now basically iPhone.
ah,
Okay, so still actually their product. So having said that, these two big tech-based company, Apple and okay, jangan saya kenapa? Okay, like this tech-based company, okay, so basically Apple and Facebook. I just want to mention like Facebook, they're still focusing on intangible services. You got it? They provide a service for advertising. People don't simply buy product. But for Apple, they're still actually focusing on tangible product. People buy their iPhone, iPad, iWatch, Apple Watch, so on and so forth. You got it? Okay? Okay, so I hope that you understand that kind of revenue stream. And lastly, we're talking in terms of value for talent. So this is where we actually focusing on human capital. Okay? For example, what makes Singapore better than Malaysia? Malini, I'm calling for Malini. Hello, Malini, 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 Malini. Malini. Malini, mana Malini? Jawab, buka you punya voice.
Ya, doktor.
Mana muka awak? Where is your face? Hello, Malini.
Hai, doktor.
Okay, my question to you, Malini. What makes Singapore better than Malaysia? What do you think?
I think better education system.
Okay. Elaborate, elaborate.
Since they have better education system, so they the quality of their work increases, which make their economy better than us.
Okay, yeah, that's very true, Malini. Thank you very much for your good answer. Okay, so that's very true, guys. Okay, when we talk about Singapore, Singapore is very small state in the world. Am I right? They have a population of 5 million only. Okay, and many of the workforce basically coming from outsiders, let alone their professors at the top university, let alone their industry. So many of them basically foreigners, but they're very concerned in terms of human capital, talents, that's what we call it. Many of Malaysian, good Indonesian, basically they will go to Singapore. So this is actually in the human resources perspective, we call it brain drain. Have you ever heard this term? Brain drain. Okay, if you translate to Malay, otak longkang, which is, this is not the term lah. Okay, brain drain. So brain drain, that means we actually develop this kind of people. For example, you, siapa kat sini? Yeah, Hazel, for example. Okay, you actually went to school in Malaysia, such heavily subsidized by the government. We go to the primary school, we go to secondary school, we go to university. Okay, for Malaysian, you need to be very blessed. Okay, I trust that, for example, for the local Malaysian students at UTM, you just actually pay about not more than 2,000 per semester. Am I right? Hazel, how much your tuition fees this semester?
560 only because no hostel fee.
How much? Sorry?
They charged me 560 only so far.
Oh, really? You see? Okay. So that means your tuition fees is basically not high. Am I right? I think at UTM, kalau tak ada I'm not pretty sure, but normally approximately about 1,000 plus, not more than 2,000 for undergraduate students, regardless what course do you enroll normally. But for international student, which is not subsidized by the government, they need to pay more, which is not more, not double. It's actually almost triple. Am I right? Zanita, how much do you pay? Tell to your friend, how much do you pay? Supaya orang Malaysia ni bersyukur. Zanita, how much do you pay? How much? Oh my goodness, Auzubillahi min zalik. Christopher said that for the tuition fees, it's about 4,000 ringgit. My goodness. You see? Okay. For the international student, you basically need to pay 4,000 ringgit. So it's almost like 6,000 ringgit. And you Malaysian, ampun bang jago Iqbal, buat lawak je kau kan. Okay, so Iqbal, berapa you bayar? Kan, you kena syukur. So how basically you show your gratitude? Belajar rajin-rajin, you got it? Okay, so for example, I just want to highlight, so you actually go to UTM, you studied here for 3 years or 4 years. And after that, this is happened particularly for UTM student, ramai. Okay, basically once you graduate, ramai student graduate, what they do, they will go to Singapore. Okay, simply because Singapore company not offering high salary, but they're offering almost similar salary but different currency. You got it? Okay, I have a student, I'm very close with this student. Saya jadi 2012, dah lama dah. So basically, yelah, so basically habis dia belajar, okay, so basically dia terus ke Singapore. Dia actually, working at one company. Dan saya tanya dia, I'm quite close with her. How much basically your salary? Okay, so you know what, dia punya gaji dia permulaan adalah 2,700 Sing dollar. And then saya kira-kira, my goodness, your salary almost actually similar with mine. You got it? Okay, during that time, could you imagine that? Okay, so undeniably, yes, that's actually what makes us not so attractive when it comes to retaining and attracting talent, even among local people. But, okay, this is actually the last, saya akan habiskan very, very soon. This is actually my advice, okay, out of subject context. If you have an opportunity to work outside, not to work in Malaysia, that means you want to work outside of Malaysia, please do so. Okay, that means if you have the opportunity, Hazel, Anissa, Aina, Wanaziha, Akmal, Fazli, everyone, if have the opportunity to work in Singapore, which is the nearest one, or in Brunei, okay, which is they have a better standard of living and working life, please do so for your better career. It's not about you don't actually love your country, okay, but promise me, once you work there for quite some times, please return to Malaysia when the time comes to contribute back. But for the beginning, work in Singapore, okay, try to actually what we call it, gain any exposure. Sorry, interruption, ada pula orang call. Wait for a moment. Wait. Sorry. Ada pula orang call. Jarang orang call saya punya office. Okay. Back to this. Everyone, if you have an opportunity to work at the developed country, Germany, UK, US, and the nearest one, Singapore, okay, please take the opportunity. Grab the opportunity. But in order for you to have this kind of capabilities and skill, you should start from now. You got it? Okay, try to actually look what basically the requirement to become a global talent. That's actually my ambitious, my what we call it, my dream to you lah. Okay. Okay. You're still young. It's okay. Okay. Try to actually work in any foreign countries. That means yang actually that could provide a better career. Faham Okay. Okay, so that's actually my lecture for today. We're going to continue tomorrow, everyone. Boleh? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a very good day. Siapa yang boleh scan attendance? Siapa belum scan attendance?